All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, time for a down and dirty overview of the Samsara Gateway and simple two-way camera system. What I have in front of me here is the main parts, and you can see Samsara puts the device serial number in there. It says SN next to it. If you're using a scanner, you can scan that QR code and it'll give it to you. Quick overview of the camera. Adhesive, driver-facing side. Speaker side is going to always be on the interior of the vehicle, and the camera will always face up. You can see there's vents on top. They will always face up, and this will get mounted to the glass. Samsara provides you with a little tool kit, and they have an Allen wrench that's included in there, so you can loosen and adjust the angle of the camera by loosening and tightening the screws on each side. You don't need to go gorilla crazy on these things. Just snug them up when you're done and you'll be good to go. Samsara also provides you with a little Zeiss alcohol wipe to clean your glass. Before you stick the camera to it, always remember to still clean the glass with a paper towel and Windex, liquid solution, water or something to get the alcohol film off of the windshield before sticking the camera to it. Let's go over to the gateway. Samsara, everything is a gateway or the GPS box, whatever you want to call it. Samsara does call it a gateway. Same thing, serial number, QR code inside on the inside of the box to let you know what it is. They also will put the serial number of the device on the outside of the box. Make sure you scan the proper serial number on these. VG54 is their gateway module. Underneath it says SN with a serial number barcode. You got to scan it, just cover it, do something, don't get them crisscrossed. And again, to back it up, here it is on the inside in black and white with a QR code. Let's look on the back. This is where your power cable is going to go into, coming off of your 9-pin OBD2, whatever the heck it is. And you'll actually pull out one of these USB port plug covers, and your camera is going to plug into one of these USB ports. I usually use this top left. Never have an issue with it. The port on the right is kind of like an expansion port, so just stay away from that. Leave the plug in it. You really don't need to remove it. This is for instructional purposes only. These will go back in with a little bit of effort, so that's that. Let's move over to the cable. Samsara likes plug and play stuff. I do too. They provide you with this little green insert. If you get into a vehicle that's using a 500 baud rate plug, or a green plug as most of you know it, and say for some reason the plug is black, you can actually peel the sticky off and stick it to the inside of this on the truck. So if anybody's working on it, well, they know it. Hey, this really does have a green plug in it. Of course, green means it's a 500 baud rate cable. If it's black, it's 250 baud rate. And like I said, you want to be a nice guy, take the time to stick that in there if it is truly a 500 baud rate plug. Not too important. Samsara also provides you with different little pieces to make your connection. A lot of your 9 pins are going to have the setup on the left, which might be on, say, an International. The one on the right might be for another vehicle where you're going to use 4 screws to put this thing together. They give you additional pieces, different strokes for different folks. They give you also a big spacer ring. The way this works, guys, is you basically you take this. Say I want to use this one. You can see there's a white line on it. You can line up the white line, or line up the red line with the white line. With the white line on this, as shown here. And you can actually snap this into place. Get them to line up. You'll hear it click. That snaps into place. Once I put this through the mount, what I could do is take this threaded ring, place it on here, give it a spin. I can crank her down, tighten it up, or I can use the screws that came in the vehicle to go to all 4 corners of the plug if that's what we need to do. And again, it's a Y cable. Make sure this snaps into place, or it locks into place. Not bad to put a piece of electrical tape around it to keep this ring from coming undone and having the plug dislodge itself or disconnect. Again, the other end of this is going to go into the gateway. It only goes in one way, and you'll see there's a clip on top. You can actually plug it in until it clicks, and once that's in, the gateway should light up. There's going to be a light pattern to pay attention to. Ultimately, you're looking for solid green. The other thing to remember is this gateway needs to be secure in the vehicle. It can't be sitting there dangling. You don't want it upside down. You don't want to shove it in the left side of the kick panel. Try to keep the gateway with the Samsara letters up, label on the bottom, and you can actually zip tie this. Samsara gives you a pretty good selection of zip ties to use on this, so there's no excuse to not use them. So everything's connected. Gateway is secure. Of course, business as usual with the camera. They give you plenty of cable to use. There's a USB on the end. USB will actually plug into the gateway. USB will plug into the gateway all the way in. As such, what I suggest doing with this is don't connect these together unless you can get, if you can get away with it, fine. You can zip tie these together, keep them in place, but you don't want to have pressure pulling up, down, left, or right on this USB, because what will happen is eventually it'll fail, it'll crack the circuit board, and the customer's going to need to purchase another unit, and that's not good. So again, plug this in gently. And something that we started doing was kind of bundling excess cable up and putting it under the bottom of the gateway, putting it on the bottom of the gateway and zip tying the whole thing together as a bundle. The idea is to have no strain or minimal strain on this plug. So you don't want to sit there and bend it, a hard 180 degrees. Just, keep it together so it doesn't pop out. You can actually also use, we like to use electrical tape on these, and we'll tape the plug into place. It's not hard to do, a couple wraps around it. Only takes an additional couple minutes to do that. And this way the install will last for a long, long time. Samsara stuff is pretty rugged and durable. No issues with it as far as, premature failures or stuff failing, immediately after install. So it's a good system. That's a quick overview on the install. Excess parts and pieces you really don't need, but do make sure your connections are secure. Make sure your plug is secure. Make sure this is secure as well. If this ring is spinning around, you're having a problem, like I said, just get it in, get it to lock into place, put a wrap of electrical tape around it. And as always, if there's any problems, contact Samsara Tech Support. They will ask you for the serial numbers of the devices in question, so have that information ready. And there you have it, friends. Down and dirty on Samsara Gateway and two-way facing camera. Have a good day.